Hey guys, it's Alex here. I'm gonna make a quick video to give you guys an update regarding the war in Ukraine, and also ask you guys and urge you guys to help and do whatever you can to help. So first off, this is day 4 of the war since Russia has invaded us, and me personally, I am safe. The city where I'm at is relatively safe and relatively quiet. We have had air raid sirens a couple of times, but that's about it. I think military airports got bombed like 50 kilometers outside of the city, but the city itself hasn't seen any fighting yet, and hoping that it stays that way. Obviously, you guys can see I still have electricity and internet, so let's hope that it stays that way. So the situation overall is not bad. Obviously, it's not good. We are getting attacked by a military that's way bigger and also better equipped in terms of, their military technology, like the Air Force that they have, the ballistic missiles that they have, etc. However, Ukraine is definitely has offered very stiff resistance, and so far, Russia has not advanced nearly as quickly as they had hoped. They had hoped to take Ukraine in a couple of days maximum, and that obviously hasn't happened yet. And while there is heavy fighting going on in a number of Ukrainian cities, from my current understanding, the Russians have not taken over any cities yet. And the Ukrainian resistance is pushing back pretty hard, and Russians are suffering heavy losses, quite heavier than Ukrainian losses. So it is certainly not a cakewalk, and at the moment, it is looking pretty good. As good as it could look under the circumstances, but I'm very proud of the Ukrainian military and the Ukrainian people's solidarity, and also our president's response to the entire thing. And right now, it's looking like the Russian army is getting demoralized. There are reports of them actually pouring out their gas from their tanks and army machines and things like that, so they don't have to go into the fighting zone. Because essentially, a lot of them were lied to. There's reports of Russian soldiers that are getting captured. A bunch of them were either told they're going into training, or they were told that they were just going to take Ukraine very quickly, and there was basically going to be no fighting, and they were going to be met with flowers on the street and things like that. That people were actually going to be happy that they came in. So that Russian propaganda machine. But they came in, and they're actually getting shot, and they're actually getting killed, and and they don't really even understand what they're fighting for. They were given these political goals of overthrowing the Nazi regime, which is a ridiculous thing to even say. Our president is freaking Jewish, and Putin is calling him a Nazi. So this is that's how ridiculous the Russian propaganda has gotten. But yeah, so far, very proud of how Ukraine has handled this. Very proud of our military. Very proud of our people and their solidarity. So if any of you guys are out there and you have the urge to help, or you want to help, and I want to urge you guys to do whatever you can to help. So the first thing that you guys can do is obviously donate to the Ukrainian military. And this is what I would ask you guys. A bunch of you guys have given me donations and have offered your support, and I thank you very, very much for that. Now I would like to ask you to donate to the Ukrainian military, and I'm going to show you guys real quick. These are the accounts set up by the Ukrainian National Bank. So you can donate those in USD, in British pounds, or in euros to those accounts specifically. There's other organizations that you can donate to. I think maybe the Red Cross, but I wasn't able to find any links that I know for sure are reputable in terms of humanitarian aid and things like that. So if you guys are looking for those, you can try to search for them yourself. But this donation to the military I know is legit, so I would like to urge you guys to make donations to the Ukrainian military. And also I would like to urge you guys to urge your politicians and your governments, your presidents, wherever you are, to do more to help. At the moment, the biggest thing Ukraine still needs is the biggest weak point of the conflict is the airspace, essentially. So Russia is still contesting the air superiority, and as soon as that, so at the moment, I do believe that NATO is now going to be sending some good anti-air weapons to Ukraine, so that's going to help a lot. And while obviously NATO isn't going to get involved directly, I think it is feasible that they could potentially close the airspace above Ukraine. And if they did that, that would probably be the thing that Ukraine needs to win, because if we take out the Russian air superiority factor, then everything else on the ground, you know, Ukraine is already putting up a very, very good fight. And I think that without the air superiority, Russia will have way fewer chances here. So yeah, if you guys can, you know, whatever you can do, put pressure on your politicians to help more, do more to help, and, you know, if you can urge them to move on to close airspace to Ukraine, or close the airspace above Ukraine, and, you know, potentially send aid, especially anti-air aid to Ukraine, that, you know, those things would help a lot. So, yeah, and one more thing, you know, is something that I would like to say from myself, you know, whether you're trying to remain neutral or whether you're maybe buying into the Russian propaganda, you know, if you happen to be Russian and still think that, you know, Putin's goal or the goal of the Russian military is to denazify or whatever the hell Ukraine, that is absolutely not the case. There are children dying, there are women dying, there are civilian buildings getting bombed, there are hospitals getting bombed, there are kindergartens getting bombed. So this is absolutely not the case, you know, that this is a mission to denazify Ukraine. This is a mission to kill people. This is literally a mission to destroy. This is war. And if you are, you know, trying to remain neutral and say, you know, I've talked to a couple of people that say, oh, I don't think Russia is in the wrong or the right, and I don't think Ukraine is in the wrong or the right. Well, if you're doing that, don't kid yourself. You support Russia. Being quiet or being neutral is accepting what Russia is doing. There is no middle ground anymore. You have to pick a side. You're either for Ukraine or you're for Russia. There's no middle ground. If you're neutral, you're for Russia. Get that through your head. People are dying. Women are dying. Children are dying. So in this situation, you absolutely cannot remain neutral. So I think that's everything I wanted to say. Didn't want to make this video way too long again. Thank you guys for the support. To those of you guys who have supported, you guys could, if you guys have ever watched my content and enjoyed my content, and, you know, have considered maybe donating to me before, well, now I ask you that you make these donations to the Ukrainian army. And you guys could join my Discord if you wanted to. I do provide some updates there. I also at the moment try to stream, and I try to, you know, give some more like kind of like live updates during those streams. So as long as I can still do that, I'm going to continue to do that. So once again, thank you guys for your support. Please ask your governments to do more, and yeah, just you know, be with us in your thoughts, be with us in your prayers, do whatever you can to help. And you know, with your help, if we can get as much help as possible and continue doing what we're doing, I think we can win this war. So thank you guys. Signing off. Peace.